Abuja. So you can go onto those platforms right now to watch the show live and be a part of the conversation.
All right. The papers we're going to be taking a look at this morning, the front pages of the Guardian newspapers, the Daily Trust newspapers, the Punch newspapers,
the Vanguard, and This Day.
Hot and fresh off the press, these are the front pages.
All right, let's get started.
We've got The Guardian this morning. Thrones for hire. How politics corrupt process-tainted traditional institution, royal stools. That's a major headline on The Guardian. Report hinges failure of public water services on corruption, negligence. We freed 4,082 minor offenders to save 1 billion naira yearly, says federal government. Absence of Nigerian envoys not affecting foreign missions, Tuga assures. 2027, Ganduje, minister dismiss Atiku, Obi El-Rufai coalition as failed gang-up. NAS faces backlash over state of emergency approval. Fubara denies culpability. Experts lament rising use of synthetic drugs among youths. Salary review for political office holders underway, says RMAFC chairman. For peers, Pandev advises Tinubu to reverse emergency rule. I endured Akpabio's sexual advances for over a year, Natasha alleges. These and many more on the front page of The Guardian.
Moving on now to the front page of the Punch newspapers. A cover story here says, Rivers emergency rule. National Assembly backs Tinubu as Fubara counters president's allegation. Why I won't join El-Rufai in SDP yet, says ex-APC chieftain Lukman. 36 state assemblies unify rules on lawmakers' suspension, impeachment. Eagles ready to work with new coach, according to Ekong. FG pardoned 4,000 prisoners, saved 1 billion naira feeding cost, says minister. APC backs Tinubu as Atiku, Obi, El-Rufai intensify coalition talks. Fallen container grounds motorists on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. US-based Nigerian woman faces 10-year jail term for $40,980 fraud. Teenager shot by Imo landlord dies after surgery. Police arrest man for stabbing wife to death during argument. Tinubu was ill-advised. NNPP condemns emergency rule in Rivers. And finally, on the Punch newspapers, PDP slams Wike, APC over Secretariat land revocation, says threat to democracy.
Moving on now to the Vanguard. Rivers crisis. Anger as NAS approves emergency rule with voice vote. Emergency rule. Itodo to meet, decide on options for self-determination. RNC president. Why federal government hasn't started direct allocations to LGAs. Algon. Fubara exonerates self on pipeline vandalism, blames Wike for crisis in Rivers. 10 killed, 30 server bonds as another truck explodes in Abuja. Asaba 1967 massacre. Our people need apology, Obi of Asaba tells Tinubu. Senate. Reps approve Tinubu's emergency rule in Rivers. Dixon tackles Akpabio. SDP not for disgruntled politicians. Adebayo. Your call for state of emergency senseless. Osun government PDP tackles Senator Ajibola. And that's it on The Guardian.
And moving on now to the front page of the Daily Trust, the cover story here says Atiku announces coalition against Tinubu. Abuja accident. Agency calls for blood donation as death toll hits 10. How deforestation fuels climate change in Nigeria. Rivers crisis. Doubts over quorum as NAS approves emergency rule in rivers. How Nigeria rescued infants trapped in Gaza, says Minister. 2027, you can't stop Tinubu, Ganduje dares Atiku, El Rufai and others. Naira for crude, motorists engage in panic buying. Rivers crisis, reps insist sole administrator should report to National Assembly. Tinubu urges Senate to confirm 5 reps. Illiterate comment, Kaduna Assembly threatens legal action against El Rufai. Rivers emergency rule has 2027 political undertone, says the PDP. And finally, on the Daily Trust, FG announces full subscription of 250 billion naira real estate investment fund.
Our final stop this morning is on this day, Rivers, as National Assembly ratifies emergency declaration. Tinubu hails, meets behind closed doors, says it will oversight sole administrator, recommends committee of eminent countrymen to reconcile Wike Fubara. Fubara denies link to attack on oil pipelines. Tuga, Nigeria has drawn $14 billion investment from India, 250 million euros investment for Nigerian businesses. Tinubu orders probe into Abuja tanker explosion as death toll hits 10. African Finance Minister seek immediate full implementation of AFCFTA agreement.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
Welcome back to the Morning Crossfire. Now taking your reactions to the newspaper headlines at 6:28 a.m. You can be a part of the conversation. Call in live 0700-951-0000, 0809-597-4869. On WhatsApp, it's 080-999-30137.
We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. You can go onto those platforms right now to watch live, be a part of the conversation, and share your reactions. When you get through the phone lines, you'll have 90 seconds, so please go straight to your point. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Yeah, Charles speaking.
Welcome, Charles. Go ahead.
The Obi of Asaba telling Tinubu that he has to apologize for the massacre that happened after the war, I think in 1970. There is no need of the man worrying, because what led to that war was a propaganda that the coup that happened was an Igbo coup, and so many things that happened. That same thing that happened in 1967 that led to the war is still currently happening. And there is no need of him looking for an apology from the enemies who have not stopped the same thing they did in the past. We have people like us are just watching the country because the institutions they're being grounded by the politicians, and we are just looking at it as if it's a vehicle that is on autopilot now. They are doing everything. They have caged everybody. The people in power are doing everything. Everybody's watching them. If you speak on social media, the police, DSS will track you. If you do this one, we are watching them. But let's see where it will lead to, because it's not going to be long. We are just watching them. The institution, the law, the judges have been bought over. The judiciary is nowhere to be found. It's under the control of the president. The president does what he wants. It's like an emperor. We are watching them. No more comments. Now, if you don't look with day, have a wonderful day.
All right, Charles. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Good morning.
Good morning, my lovely, beautiful queen sister.
Good morning. Welcome.
Madam Gabriella, and my elder brother from North Central part of Nigeria, Mr. Itodo. Happy Friday to you and your family.
Happy Friday.
This is your lovely brother from North Central part of Nigeria, living in Kuba Federal Housing, Mala Aruna. I did hear my elder brother Salasi and Wasanja Omale and Omotai from Canada and Ola Faludi. Atiku, Obi, and Erufai and other launching coalition against Tinubu, you failed by all promise council, APC, chairman, WJ. It will shock him by the status of God, because the government that he cannot have sympathy for the followers, they always implement a bad policy to kill the citizens of the country. And now people, they just are crying. Party that increased the fuel, party that increased the NEPA tariff, party that increased the data and the communication tariff, the party that increased the gas, and now that is criminality, like killing the many business of the Nigerians.
Right.
People lose their job, and they didn't care about anybody. See, criminality increases every day, crime increases every day because of bad policy. And now Nigerians, and they need a better Nigerian.
All right,
because if APC remain in power, all right,
vote
Lord for me. All APC, so-called APC party, and Tinubu. Thank you, my brother.
All right, thank you very much. Let's get to you on WhatsApp now. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Are you there? Okay, you're going to have to call us back. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry for the noise. My name is Salasi.
Welcome, Selassie. Go ahead.
I greet my lovely brother from Kubwa, Malan Haruna. I greet you. Good morning, sir. I want to talk about the man that stabbed his wife today during argument. In fact, if you notice any toxic marriage, please give way. They say for better, for worse. No, for better to stay, for worse to go. You don't have to be there and to be killed by your partner in the name of marriage. And besides, there's no marriage in heaven. So you can just be here. The red line you see, give way. Look at this man now. He stabbed his wife today. And before maybe tomorrow, if you have a good lawyer, he will be free. Then how about the family? How about the children that she's there to protect them? No, she won't be there to protect them. Stay away. And you'll be out there to take care of the children. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you as well. Selassie, good morning.
Thank you, Princess. Dickin, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you. It's Aluta Senator Obasanjo calling you from Lapai, Niger State.
Go ahead.
What is happening in Rivers? I don't know. Like we were talking every day. We're in the military regime. We're not in democracy in Nigeria. Dickin.
Yes.
Elected democratic governor will be suspended and replaced with the military officer. Then why are we crying that Niger and Burkina Faso and Mali, why are we fighting with them? If a president, elected governor will be suspended and replaced with the military, is it not cool in Nigeria? Is it not cool in democracy? We call on the actions of Nigerians. We are afraid of freedom. We are afraid of what we want to eat. We are afraid of anything in this country. We allowed the myopic brain of APC-led administration making Nigerians' life so difficult for us, and we keep quiet, barrister. A Supreme Court of this country, it's a call to punish the Supreme Court of this country.
Come on.
All right.
Obasanjo.
All right. That's enough.
We're not happy
It's
in this
enough.
country.
Hold on. Easy.
APC will be leading
Easy.
Nigerians into chaos.
All right. Thank you very much, Obasanjo. I will always tell you that as much as you want to register your frustration when you're sharing your thoughts, please be mindful of your language. All right? Thank you. Let's go into the WhatsApp platform and take some of your comments as well as the live feed on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. Bill Dave says, wow, what a flawless executive precedent we've got in our hands. Surprisingly, not even the judiciary or the National Assembly are yet to kick against any of his policies, decisions, and proclamations so far. How the president has managed to put the legislature and everybody else in his corner, further making checks and balances so difficult to carry out, is what baffles me up until this date. However, let our government not forget to prioritize people's lives in the recent cases of headers attacks all over Nigeria. If only same energy exerted on oil pipeline vandalism can be replicated towards the killing of innocent civilians all over the country, but will they? Is a question that Dave ends his message with. And Moazo John Lasisi in Jigo Buhari says the Senate ratified the reverse emergency rule. They will not do otherwise. Always on the same page. It is well with Nigeria. And Voice of Umbise says the endorsement of NAS over the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State by the president remains inconsequential, illegal, and a clear indication that Nigerians are not practicing democracy. Today, it's February's turn. Tomorrow might be another person's turn. So the earlier we call a spade by its name, the better for our democracy, because a stitching time saves 9.
And I'll stick some of your messages on WhatsApp. Wale Fatullah on WhatsApp says it's disheartening that a decision as crucial as approving an emergency proclamation, one that could alter the course of the nation, has been handled with such casual disregard for constitutional standards. The NASA's swift move to declare a state of emergency in Rivers without proper investigation raises suspicions of federal involvement in the explosions. Despite terrorism by bandits, Boko Haram, they never took such action in the north. This biased decision suggests collaboration to capture Rivers for political gain. Rather than governance, this move reflects future political calculations, exposing the administration's selective approach to security crisis. That's from Wale Fatullah. He sent that in. And this one here says, dropping in world happiness ranking is a testament of bad government in the hands of the APC. Moving from second position to 105 speaks volumes, and to me is the height of irresponsibility. Let those close to the government tell them that Nigerians are suffering. Theophilos from Wuseitu sent that one in. Oludade Abiodun says, good morning once again. Where were Pandef when the whole issue started? And instead of them to call the gladiators together and resolve the problem, they were busy promoting ethnic game. Atiku and his co-travelers are only laboring in vain because whatever they're doing is not for the sake of Nigerians, but for selfish interests.
All right, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. And this brings us to something that the former president of Nigeria mentioned, Olusegun Obasanjo, in recent time. He said a lot of public officials are only in office to,
for selfish interests.
Yeah, exactly, to make money for themselves. So
but hasn't that always been the
how
concern,
do we get to a point? So the question right now is, how do we get to a point where everybody who is serving Nigerians, because they are serving Nigerians, they're serving you, maybe you don't realize it yet, but they are there for you, because of you and thanks to you, and should be answerable to you. So it makes a lot of people wonder half the time when politicians do things for their selfish interests. There is no backlash, there is no questioning. Everybody goes with the flow. You even see a lot of people making excuses for their bad behavior, until we get to a point where these leaders are accountable to us. I think it'll be very hard to make them realize that indeed, if they don't do as you or as they have promised you, you can recall them.
The deacon has spoken.
A promise is a debt. It's basically on your head already.
Oh, wow. Right.
So when I feel like...
It doesn't apply in Nigeria, though. It doesn't apply in
Nigeria. It needs to apply now. I mean, we need to get to a point where maybe we have like clips of all the promises made. So when they air or go against those promises, you play their tape.
You play them. And then what happens after playing them?
You play it again now.
What happens after playing it again? Again, I feel like Nigerian politicians have developed a thick skin when it comes to, because I mean, look, exact case in point will be the NSARS protest. A lot of that was a revolutionary protest. Nigerians practically came out together saying, irrespective of whatever could happen, we want an end to this, and we saw how that played out. So even in the face of opposition, in the face of criticism from Nigerians, the politicians who want to do what they want to do still get away with it.
So how else do we make politicians accountable to us? Because we keep hearing the word accountability being used loosely, and at the end of the day, nothing comes out of it. It just goes back to business as usual. Governance should be to serve the people. How hard can it get? I mean, what Nigerians are going through right now, a lot of people do not tend to speak on what their issue is, because they don't want any PT party or whatever it is. But if you look through socials, for instance, the experiences of those who are having to help a handful of people who are in need daily, they're even burdened by the help you're giving out, but they can't seem to do anything because they are in that position to help. And it makes you wonder, what exactly are our leaders doing to ensure that the promises made, Nigerians have a better and easier life, and whatever precedent they are setting, it is so that our country moves forward from what it is or where it is right now. But let's get back to your thoughts and your phone calls. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Welcome, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're welcome.
Yes, my name is Gabriella Victor.
Welcome, Adiola.
Atiku, Rufai and their coalition, they are gathering. To me, they are just wasting their times. I see them as a bunch of social politicians who have messed up this country. PDP was given 16 years, we tested them, and they messed up this country. So we cannot trust PDP again. So Atiku should not waste his time and he and his co-travelers. They are condemning the state of emergency, but his master, Obasanjo, first left this up country in 2004 and 2006 when he declared state of emergency in Plateau State and Ekiti State. So these people, I don't think. So why are they coming out now to condemn it?
So Adiola, can you hear me?
They planted a bad precedent, and this government is following it. So politicians are the same. Atiku and his men to go and sit down and stop insulting us.
All right.
Let them go. Let them go and sit down. We don't want them again. We have rejected them. Thank you.
All right, Adiola.
So I've got two questions for Adiola. I wish you could have heard what I was going to ask him. First would be, if a party fails in the promises it made Nigerians, right, and the politicians who were there before decide to move to a different party, does he absolve them of whatever wrongdoing they've done? And secondly, just because something happened in the past, does it mean that it should happen again? And you cite the past example as being the reason why it's okay for it to happen in the future and keep going.
Yeah, a very, very vital question, especially the first, because at the end of the day, if we say, we do not want a particular political party, you want this party, you realize that this party constitutes of people who were in the other party you rejected. And if it's vice versa, you don't want this candidate, and this candidate decides, I'm going to work for this party, and that's a party you support, what then obtain? So it just looks like we're going on and on and round and round in cycles, recycling the same people, the same political parties, the same ideologies, and nothing really changing.
I know I read a headline sometime yesterday where it said that in good time, in a few days, the APC would release documentation on its ideology. And I'm waiting to read what exactly their ideology is, because we've constantly spoken about parties not having ideologies, to understand what exactly the politicians in Party A or Party B believe in and are working towards a Nigeria.
Right.
Good morning. Okay, you put us on hold. Good morning.
Good morning, the Oracle Itodo.
Welcome.
The Oracle has spoken this morning very eloquently.
Welcome, sir.
The angelic Gabriella.
You're welcome.
Happy Friday.
What you saying?
This is Abakar calling from Gwagwalada. I greet all the callers and contributors of great radio media empire called Nigeria.
All right, please move away from your device and then continue.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Thank you. Talking about Atiku Erufai coalition, it should not be even labeled Atiku Erufai coalition of Nigeria against this government, because we are all protesting against bad governance, hunger, insecurity, harsh economic policies, etc., etc. And of recent, the unconstitutional rule of law declare a river state should be reversed. I'm appealing, I'm calling on opposition groups. They should unite, not only for election. They should unite to challenge illegal action, the unconstitutional action of this government. It happened in the past. It had precedent during the independence struggle of not even Nigeria, the African countries. The then Nnamdi Azukwe, the Zik of Africa, commissioned and sponsored lawyers to defend opposition figure during the independence trial in most African countries, and they are able to challenge colonial authorities across. That is why Zik became Zik of Africa. And it happened also in the 70s when Shugaba Derman, a lawmaker from Maiduguri, was illegally deported to Chad during Shagari regime. It took AO and all opposition groups. AO even adorned his law weeks and went to court with other opposition groups to challenge the action until Shugaba Derman was his citizenship right was returned. It should not be coalition for election only. To challenge government illegal action, unconstitutional action. Because this declaration of the state of emergency in Riba is absolute injustice. It's unconstitutional. You should not be allowed to stay. That is my take. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. Let's go into WhatsApp and take some of your voice notes at this time. 080-99-930-137. That is the WhatsApp number to send it in. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Nigerian. For good morning, Nigerians. This is Salam from South. Let me start from this River State crisis. This is what the work where our senators are supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be settle all these problems in this country, and they are not doing it. They're supposed to call it's the senators that are supposed to call the River State governor and the Wike and settle them about these cases. But since these cases have last for many months, more than 1 year, they are still there. They are looking at this thing. But I'm sorry for them, because they are not doing what they're supposed to do for the country. This is the case where they're supposed to settle. They are just running about. Natasha.
Good morning. Nigeria, good morning. Nashisa and my brother, good morning. I want to talk about the issue of Abasa and Atiku, Rufai and the rest. The one from party against Tinubu. I want to tell Nigeria people, may not forget what happened through good luck. December Obasanjo and the rest, about December Atiku and the rest. From party against, BPs against good luck. I want to today, the same day, after Buhari win the election, Buhari do them, all of them run away, go to PDP. I want to tell them, make everybody remember, because this one no good, this one no good. Now I carry us on this place today. Good luck, no good. Good luck, the drink I no good. But Buhari and Messiah, I give us like this. All of them, the politicians of them, the same thing. My sister, good morning. May God bless Nigeria for. God bless our Nigeria.
All right.
Yeah, hello, good morning. Something about people that used to contribute. You know, most of people that used to contribute, more especially this man that just called and said, Atiku, Rufai, Kiniko, you know, and if those people now are not coming out, who are the leaders of this country? And come on, one thing, we are all human beings, we all make mistakes in our life. You know, this Tinubu now that is here, that is messing up things. So him now that is talking about the other politicians, not for them to come out. Did he want Tinubu to continue messing up the country? We always learn from our mistakes. Why is people that are contributing, it's like sometimes they don't even know what they are saying. They are just saying things in their mind, which is, I can call it like selfish interest. You know, let us be facing reality. Or is it what Tinubu is doing now? We are all happy. Even him that is talking now, he is still condemning Tinubu. What them Atiku did in the past, the reality, what they did in the past, does that reach what Tinubu is doing now?
All right. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. Good morning.
Good morning, Itodo.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, I remember I'm calling Peter Brook.
Go ahead.
The whole world can just make it out on Governor Fubara. If I am in his position to approach the court and no standard position to win, the Itodo.
Yes.
Are the infrastructure or whatever they say that is being bombed greater than the lives of people that lost in Niger State, in Katsina State, in Zamfara State, in Sokoto State, in some part of Yobe State and Borno State? Is it greater than the lives of Nigerians has been lost there? Why is state of not instituted in those states? It's just a pure political interest at play. And I want them to know something. Nothing lasts forever. You can never, nobody reign forever. you reign and you will give way. And posterity is there waiting for everybody. For every action, there will always be an equal and opposite reaction. What comes around goes around. No problem. Let's keep going. Thank you very much for a wonderful opportunity.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's take some of your messages on WhatsApp. This says, good morning. The same lawmakers rejected Tinubu's intention to deploy troops to the Niger Republic. They can do it again. The lawmakers should save democracy in Nigeria. Irrespective of political party affiliations, they should have rejected the declaration and suspension of Governor Fubara immediately. Jonathan declared state of emergency in Yobe, Adamawa, and Borno states when Vice President Shetima was governor, but Jonathan never removed the governors or suspended the State House of Assembly. Jonathan only deployed more security to ensure law and order was maintained. Today it's Fubara, tomorrow it might be another governor in Nigeria. I'm even hearing that the AGF has started threatening another PDP state with a state of emergency. I use this platform to call on the lawmakers to save democracy in Nigeria to avoid any further occurrence. That's from Honorable Ambassador Fwangshak Isaiah Dibang from Dutse.
All right, and let's take this one from Jacob in Madala. He says, I doubt if the purported coalition will stand the test of time, as those who are clamoring for it all have their personal agenda and interest. All right. A good place to take a pause right now, go on a quick breather. When we come back, we'll get right into the lead for today. But we can squeeze in one or two more messages on our live feed.
On Facebook, Chukudi also says, good morning, Nigeria Info. Any elected person that supports what Tinubu and Wike are doing to Fubara, no matter your tribe, state, or even party, I want to let you know that it may be your turn tomorrow if we do not correct it now before it's too late. Is sending this all the way from Abia State. And one more, also Francis Namani, says our political leaders should do away with internal party crisis and focus on what will benefit the general public. Nigeria is richly and naturally endowed, but our leaders are not really helping matters. May God help us, is what he says.
All right, do all the stay tuned. We've got so much more coming up for you. Grab yourself a cup of tea, water, coffee, and let's talk.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria